Alright. Back again for another episode of Virtue's Last Reward, or another stream rather. Last time we were in the treatment center. We're going down one of the paths on the yellow door. We tried going this path last time, or no, played that much earlier, and now we're gonna take the opposite path from the AB game for round 1. So now we gotta get to this treatment center, hopefully figure some stuff out for Cork. And after that, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, because the looming logs don't appear to be great, but I'm not sure what else we can do. So we're gonna have to learn something, hopefully from this section, that will help us in a different ending. But right now, we've got, what have we got? We've got 2 plants, we've got a tablet, we've got a chip with N01 written on it. I'm not sure what we can do with this one. Not sure what we can do with these plants either. There's plastic sticking out of the trunk. There's red on the withered one, and green plastic in the healthy one. And then we've got this tablet that I believe 4 pieces for the first password, 1 piece for the second password. And then it wants a 4-digit password, which I have no idea what it is. Something to do with a board game. Okay, yeah. So there's also a illustration of a dice game where I guess you go around the board based on M and H, which I'm assuming are minutes and hours. We have some values for those in the room. You can actually, I think you might be able to see one of them. Oh no, you can't, but it's on that door there, and there's a couple other ones on the insides of the pods. And then this just shows you, yeah, it's some sort of password hint, but the tablet, right, login screen, yeah. You need a 4-letter password and fit the numbers 1 through 4 on the left side of this board game looking thing. Don't you feel like there's got to be a connection? I do, I'm not quite sure how it's played. Then we get this laser thing, which, and we get the jellyfish out of that, which gave us the disc that went in here that generated the laser that affected this time value. So when you open this door, the laser causes this to appear instead of 11-1, it appears as 0015. There's nothing in the... yeah, there's nothing in the pod itself, just the 0015 on the cover. And these other two, this one has a... the clock, the hands are pointing to 7:15. We got the key that was in the pod. Nothing on the lid, nothing else in the pod. Message on the screen, please insert activation chip, which I'm guessing is the red and green chips that were stuck in the plants. We have to figure out how to get those out. And this one has a clock on the inside that reads 6:20. Nothing else in the pod. So, basically, clean that out, don't need this anymore. I have to figure out how to turn 7:15, 6:20, and 0015 into, I'm guessing, because there's 4 numbers on the board game, so is there a 4th time? But I don't know what it is. these are, yeah, you can't use the chips on these pods. Or the activation chips once you find them. And then we've got this clock, which opens up, but we don't have handles for it, and it says N04. And it's also got slots, but you can't get these out of the plants. Can you combine the plants? No, you can't combine the plants. Combine the plant with the chip? No. We could, in theory, combine... Maybe the chip goes into this tablet somehow. Nope. Okay. So... I think we're at the point where we have to figure out how this board game turns into a password for the tablet. And that will get us to the next step of whatever it is we need. We've already used this, so... Looking at the memo, 7:15. So if we start on T, and the hours go counterclockwise, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the minutes go clockwise, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, we get S. For 6:20, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We get S. For this one, we have 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's a Y. And then I don't know what we have for the fourth one. So SSY, which doesn't spell anything. So what am I doing wrong here? What am I lining up wrong? Unless I'm doing that backwards. Am I doing that backwards? No, I'm doing that in the right direction. I guess maybe it counts. This counts as 1, so maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Where did I do that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if I did it that way, then it becomes G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It becomes GY 0, because it doesn't go at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. GYS? I still don't know what the fourth one is, though. Like, where does this fourth one come from? We don't have 4... It could be you go this from, you start at 1 and then you go from the previous one. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that would be G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's still a Y. Then you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then it becomes a T. That still doesn't help us, though. Okay. Maybe starting on T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that still the same? Okay, that's still the same. S. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's still an S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that just becomes an L. And I still don't know what the fourth one is. Maybe the fourth one is the same as the third one? So that would make it something like... oop, did not make combine. SSLL? Or SSYY? GYTT? It's pointless. I don't know what password I'm supposed to put in here. Clover said it might have something to do with the board game. Yeah, it's clearly it has something to do with no. Clearly it has something to do with these. Well, so we don't know for certain it has to do with those, but we're pretty sure because of the H and the M. I don't think it would matter if you did the minutes first, because if you start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, then you move back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you still end up on the same letter. Am I just reading this backwards? Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. MC. I don't think that's anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No. That's not any better. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at these again. clock. The hands are pointing to 7:15. Is there any other way to interpret this? Not what I can tell. Why are these analog while the third one is digital? That I also don't understand. Except that the lasers, like, change the value of it. Maybe that's why. Further. Is there anything else I'm, like, just missing? Just something maybe I've just not clicked on for some reason that I've just missed. Opens now. Save just like the others. Don't know the password. Nothing interesting about the door. Led to the tank. Jellyfish. Weird toy thing. Jellyfish. It's a laser. Shining laser beam across the room. Painting appears to no longer be useful. Should get in the pod. Should be our first priority. The screen is displaying an image of something that looks kind of like a board game. Clover thinks this might be a hint for the tablet login. Is there anything else I can do with it? Can I click on something on it? Is there something going from these lines from it? You can see 3 treatment pods to the windows and left they're numbered 1, 2, 3. Can I see anything else? Nope, it just takes me back to that view. What are these things up here? That's not important. What am I missing here? Is there somewhere I can put this? Side of these pods. Don't know what I'm missing here. I feel like I've found everything. healthy plant. Green plastic sticking out of the trunk. Withered plant, red plastic sticking out of the trunk. Anything in the back? No. The back of the tablet is just, yeah, that's not helpful. There's no other values to work with. Maybe you start with T, and that's 1, and then from T you go 715, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That just gets you TSS. TSSY or TSSL. Or TGYS or TGYT. No. Still the same if I look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or is it the other way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's either the S or the G. I can't use this on the... Nope, that doesn't help. Doesn't give me more information. Tried and true method of using every object on every interactable thing, in case I've somehow missed something. I can't, like, jam the chip into the slot from the plant. The tablet in the pod. Put the plant in the pod. I don't know, man. Wait a minute. Why did I not think to do that? Color change. I think it says something too. There's a message on the screen. Before use, the system must be initialized. Please perform the following tests. 1. Treat vegetation. 2. Freeze vegetation. Until tests are complete, pod will not function with a human occupant. The heck is this? We can't put a person until it runs a test. Seems pretty clear to me. Then what about Quark? Don't worry, we just need to run the tests. Something about treating and freezing a plant. Yeah, treating makes sense, but these being treatment pods and all, but freezing, well, we don't really have a choice, do we? We gotta follow the instructions. Okay, so do some tests. Oh, so we can put a plant in here. I don't know if it matters which plant we put in here. Okay, I put the healthy plant down. What do we do next? Let's try closing the pod. Alright, here goes. Identifying subject done. Diagnosing subject done. Initiating freeze cycle. Freeze test complete. Pod opening. Whoa, it's totally frozen stiff. Probably because of your lame joke. Did I say something? Look, the leaves are all crunchy. Crunchy, crunch, crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh. What'd you do, Clover? It's all broken now. But, whatever. Just help me clean it up. I don't think we want to put a person in this thing. Okay, so now the chip came out. So, can we do that with this other plant? Plant's turn. Who knows? Let's close it up. Diagnosing subject done. Initiating treatment cycle. Completed. Pod opening. Hey, what the heck is this? The plant was practically dead a minute ago. No way. It's impossible. It's like magic. Oh, we don't need this plant anymore. He's done a good job. Thank you for your service, sir. Huh? Hey, it looks like there's something there. It must be the thing that was stuck in the trunk. Whatever the treatment was must have pushed it out. Alright, so now we've got a red and a green memory card. So, I know what we can do with this. Sorry, I put Quark in. I know. Hang on. Oh, we're gonna just do this before we're done, huh? There we go. He's sure sleeping pretty hard, huh? You'd never think he's sick. I guess that soap roll stuff is pretty strong. Yeah. So, what do we do now? How about closing the cover like we did before? That should start the automatic diagnosis. Got it. Identifying subject done. Diagnosing subject done. Single human occupant secured. Beginning treatment. Is it going to be okay? Maybe we should check the screen. I think this is some kind of readout of Quark's vital signs. Body temperature, pulse rate, blood pressure, respiration, frequency. They all look normal. What a relief. Wait. There's something else down at the bottom. Radical 6 virus detected in subject. System is not equipped to treat Radical 6. Current program will alleviate symptoms but cannot cure viral infection. The heck? What was the point of putting him in here? Well, I don't think there was no point. After all, it says it can alleviate the symptoms. But, hold on, let's keep looking. It says more. The system is capable of inducing a cold sleep state. Cold sleep state freezes subject with gas, preserving cellular structure. I think this got mentioned in the first game, too. During cold sleep state, bodily functions are suspended, preventing viral spread. Activate sleep function. Yes, no. Cold sleep? What the heck is that? I have no idea, but remember the freezing test. Yeah. I don't know if we want to do that to Quark, because the plant also kind of shattered. Whatever. We need to get out of here and tell everyone else about this. What should we tell it to do? Huh? Do we put him in cold sleep? Activate sleep function. Yes, no. No question. What if he got smashed like the plant? Exactly. No, it is. Clock. Hands pointing 7:15. Quark is in his pod and it's treating him right now. I probably shouldn't open it. Alright, so I guess we're done. Oh. This is why this clock is on the outside. So that we can still see it after we put him in. Alright, so... And that cleared a couple of things up at least, and now we have some cards to put in. Look, there's a hand on the face now. It's a minute hand, pointing to 5 past. Another hand. It's like an hour hand. It's pointing to 4 o'clock, so 4:05. The card needs a slot. 4 o'clock, 5 minutes past. That's for number 4. So... in theory... no. No. Memo. So... 4:05. So now we at least have 4 values. So potentially... so we have a couple of different ways this could play out depending on what's counted as the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wait. Did I count that out right? Hold on. 1... Okay, hours go clockwise, or counterclockwise. Minutes go clockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's Y. 1 or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's S. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it might be GYSO. Or if we don't count this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So SS, Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, O. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm... hold on a second. I gotta do this again. So we're gonna I'm getting myself confused. I'm starting to mix these up. I'm gonna just do this again right quick. Okay, so I think when it says for the first password use all 4 of them, and for the second password you just use 1. So I think that what that means is for the first password you start all 4 of these from the start, and for the second password you start each number where the previous one ended, is what I think is happening. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. GY. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B. No. Okay, so if it's not that, 1, 2, 3, so if we count this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Or maybe we don't count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that makes it an S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. S. So then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Y. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, O. So SSYO. GYSB, it has to be one of those two things. Like, I don't see how it could be anything else. I have 4 numbers. One of them counts up that way, and one of them counts up the other way. And I double check to make sure that I'm going in the correct order. Because it goes clockwise first, counterclockwise second. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What am I missing? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. What is... There's got to be some other way I could evaluate this. So, I start here, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. What if... What if I just... What if I just cancel 7 of these out? So I just go 8 spaces in this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... How did I end up on this? Shouldn't I end up... Hold on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this throwing this off? So okay, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there's got to be some kind of one-off thing, so... I don't know how, but maybe if... Okay, so what if I try P? And then Y, S, the one before that is A. And then the third one was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So maybe that's an A or an S. And then the one before B and O is... Well, that makes a word at least. Okay. I don't know how I was off by that, but I guess I could try that. I must be like off... I must be counting off somehow. Is it this one? Oh my god. Okay, so that's that one. For the second one, I would have to go, okay. So how did I get to that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 minus 15 is 8. So if you subtract them and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then you kind of get it. Whereas this one, if you do, okay, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15, and then 1. So if you start here, okay, if you start here and not here, and you go, and you subtract them out, it kind of works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so that's an O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then one more is P-O-U-R? I guess that's it. Oh, man. Okay, that was kind of ridiculous, but... because you didn't actually move like the board game piece moved. You had to just, like... It created this weird one-off situation. But that ended up... once I adjusted for that, that got it, so... Alright. Well, sorry for anyone who spent the last half hour watching that, or however long I spent on it. But at least we got through it. Man, I'm forgetting how to enter passwords in now. No, not this one, the treatment center. Okay, well, that's done. What do we got here? Thing looks dangerous. I mean, this gun... oh. Don't worry about it. It's an injection gun. It's a helpful tool, not a weapon. Are you sure? I think that kind of depends on what's in that vial there. Leo says Neostigmine. What did you just say? Neostigmine. Why? Does that mean something? Well, let me see it. Neostigmine. Neostigmine. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. No good. I can't remember. Damn. I don't think it's bad, though. Do you have any proof? Nope. Of course not. Could you let me hang on to this? Are you sure it's not dangerous? What would you do if it was? Alright. I trust you. You don't seem like a bad person. Thanks. If we get out of here in one piece... Cool. Moving on. So wait a minute. Maybe she did kill Clover. Or, Luna. Because Luna got in... well, no. Luna got injected with something. But I thought it was the stuff that makes your muscles lock up. Turbo something. Turbo chlorine or whatever it's called. Maybe she replaced it with a different substance, but where would she get that from? Anyways, it's all flat stuff. Yes, it is. First we got map, which, you know, that's a standard procedure for these rooms. You get a map, and now you know what the floor looks like. Gray cards, which we'll need for the second round of the Ambidex game. Right, 2 of them just like with the sun keys. One's for Quark. But he's... well, there's not much point in giving it to him. I'll hang on to it for now. Okay, what's next? Piece of paper with something written on it. Here are some more AB game rules for you. Okay, yeah, this is the rules. Yeah. One of us has to vote. So either you or me, you mean? Oh well, there's no reason not to pick ally in the next round anyway. Of course, we've got to get out of this room. And that'll be easy. Just look at the last thing in the safe. Yep, key to the exit. Alright, so, got out of this room. It was a little rough, but got through it. Alright, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. So at least in this route, we know where Quark is. We know he's okay. We don't have to go looking for him. So presumably we could spend time doing something else for the next hour or whatever.
An Ambidex
or 45
gate
minutes.
has been opened. 45 minutes remain. until Ambidex game polling closes.
The hell?
Somebody else must have opened one of the AB rooms.
Why would they do that? Because Dio's a dick. Whatever, we should be heading back anyway. Headed for the door.
Wait!
Clover's voice stopped me. What is it? I turned to see her pointing toward the wall with the treatment pods.
The screen, it changed.
What?
The screen on the pod's monitor thingy.
Oh. Oh yeah, it says recent operational records. I stepped closer and began to read. What it said was interesting. Currently treating one subject. That one subject had to mean Quark. This was the pod we'd put him into after all. I read on. 0748, one subject released. 0806, one subject successfully restored. Okay, that was probably the plant? Maybe? Cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. All prior records have been erased. Authorization and... Wait. One subject released. Oh, these weren't the... Authorization admin. I checked the other pods. They were all the same. One subject released. One subject successfully restored. Cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. All prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. That's right. We mentioned that 3 people, I think?
I think it's saying that about 8 hours ago, somebody in this pod woke up from cold sleep. Well, 3 people, actually.
Yeah.
1 for each pod. They all say the same thing, see?
That's before we all woke up, huh? I mean, it hasn't been 8 hours yet.
Yeah.
So the 3 pod people could be 3 of us. They could have been captured earlier, to know how much earlier. Then they were thawed out 8 hours ago and carried into the AB rooms. Well, we know several people were taken, like, a few days ago. Or as many as 6 days ago, since the lunar eclipse is happening. So that means it's probably the 31st. So if maybe somebody was out for more than, like, a week, maybe they...
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I really don't think there'd be anyone else in here besides the 9 of us. Well, I guess it's actually the 10 of us, huh?
Yeah, if you count the old woman we found, then it would be 10, wouldn't it? So who were the 3 pod people?
Don't ask me. How am I supposed to know that? All it says is subject. A, that's creepy. B, it doesn't tell us anything about who they might have been.
It doesn't say when they were put into cold sleep either.
And this bit, where it says, all prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. That seems pretty suspicious to me.
I mean, that's probably Zero's doing. Wonder why they wouldn't just write the time, though.
What?
Well, you said it yourself. The log says 8 hours ago, not like 9:15 a.m. Those minus signs have to mean this far in the past. Who would ever write the time like that?
Yeah, that is weird.
I mean, I guess if they just don't want us to know what time of day it is for some reason? Yeah, but I mean, we're underground, so it's not like...
Why not?
It's not like knowing what time of day it is gonna make a difference. Because unless we get outside, and the one time we got outside it was nighttime, so... Speaking of things I don't know, why did this stuff suddenly show up? It seems like whatever it was that was triggered this activated as soon as we opened the door to leave.
Wouldn't that mean Zero Senior set it up to work that way?
Yeah, but why? That's what I'm asking. So he wanted us to know this information. What reason would he have to do that?
Maybe he wanted us to see the records.
Yeah. He deleted a bunch of the data, so he just wanted to know that 3 people were pod people.
Could it all be a trick? All of these records are fake. Zero Senior just set it up to mess with us.
It's pretty elaborate considering we could have missed it.
Well, I can't say for sure, but it seems possible, right?
That doesn't make sense. If he'd really wanted us to see this to trick us...
Well, let's ask somebody else. Maybe they can think of something.
Yeah, you're right. If the AB gates have opened, we need to be heading back to the warehouse anyway.
And we need to tell everyone what happened with Quark.
We double-checked that Quark was alright in his pod, then hurried out of the treatment center. Another warehouse.
It looks just like the other one.
Right, so floor B, warehouse.
Hey,
looks
could
just
you
like
show me
floor
that
A.
map?
Right.
Yeah, I thought so. This one is right under the floor A warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are those?
Chromatic doors.
And
yep.
there are 3 of them. I knew it. These are chromatic doors. See? They've got a little box right next to them, just like the others.
So these are the third round doors, huh? Guess we'll be coming back here pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Well, we might not have to. We both have 6 BP right now.
That's true.
We're a pair, right? And who's our opponent?
Quark.
Exactly. But he's in the pod right now, so...
If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
You aren't saying we should pick the tray, are you?
Weren't you planning to? I thought that was why you were okay with option Z when we were making the groups.
No, that's not... I thought that with Quark's condition, I'd be able to choose ally and not worry about getting betrayed.
Oh, come on. You don't need to lie to me. We're partners. That means we share the same destiny. So let's not hide anything from each other, okay?
I'm not hiding anything.
Wait, you're serious? You were really going to pick ally? Whoa, hold on a second there. We might not get another chance like this. Let's say we ally and get up to 8 points. We don't know if we'll be able to get any points next round. For all we know, there might not even be a next round. There are 3 other people with 6 BP, right? Dio, K, and Phi. What do you think's going to happen if one of them gets 9 points this round?
It's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Phi and Luna are playing against Temyoji. He's only got 1 BP left, though. I really don't think they'd pick Betray. Also, I don't really think he'd pick Ally. They'd kill him. Same goes for Dio. He's playing against Alice and K, and Alice's BP.
No! Don't even think about that!
Yeah, well, Alice is not going to pick Ally, so... I mean, she could pick Betray, but Dio's not going to pick Ally, because why would he do that? I agree, but her BP is the same as Temyoji, so unless Dio is willing to kill someone, he won't be able to... I mean, he is. He would totally pick Betray, but Alice is not going to pick Ally.
Then Alice has to vote Betray.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of has to.
But if Dio chooses Ally, then
Then-
K would have 9 BP.
Yeah, but Dio is not going to do that.
Jeez. Well, it's just like I said then. If K gets 9 BP, then there won't be a third AB game.
Well, that's not necessarily the case.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
No. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on!
So you think that K will stay here, even if he gets enough points to leave?
I mean, I don't think he will,
No, it's not.
but I also don't think... In this case, the lack of trust works in our favor. Because I don't think any of them are going to trust any of the other ones enough to vote ally. There's a couple of things I gotta do when we get back. Oh yeah, we need to get back to the others.
Fine.
Okay, back to floor A then. Let's move. Turned and headed for the exit. After a few moments, I heard Clover's footsteps falling behind me. Transition time. So I do, well, I was gonna say, I do have a few issues with this game, and one of them is the fact that, like, sometimes you're just, like, watching a dot move around the map for, like, a minute straight.
Clover. Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Yep.
I also do kind of prefer the, two-dimensional sprites to the three-dimensional, objects for characters. Like, I kind of prefer the visual style of the first game a little. This isn't bad, but then it also results in sometimes where the mouth movements don't quite match up correctly, which is probably due to being a translation, but still.
Yes.
Hey, gang's all
where's
here.
Quark?
So yeah, now we gotta explain to Temyoji. Had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around my neck. I explained what had happened with Quark and the pods as quickly as I could.
So are these pod things really safe?
Probably.
Probably?
No, they're definitely safe. He's fine.
Or are they safe or aren't they? Look, I'm just worried about him, alright? Can you take me to this treatment center, Clover? Don't worry. We've still got 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to go have a look and come back.
Okay.
I'm surprised he asked. Well, no, because he trusts Clover.
Come on then.
For some reason. I guess he doesn't trust me. Although I kind of figured if he didn't trust me, he wouldn't want to leave me here to do the voting. Temyoji followed at her heels. In the blink of an eye, they were gone out the magenta door. Alright, you guys got some explaining to do.
I beg your pardon?
You opened the AB gates before Clover and I got back, didn't you? I want to know why the hell you'd go and do something like that, because Dio's a
Sigma,
jerk.
take a look.
As she spoke, Phi gestured toward the line of AB rooms. Only one was open.
It's not like we opened them all up.
So you're saying only one person or one pair jumped the gun here?
Yes.
Well, then who was it?
I opened it.
Of course it was you, because you're a dick. Figured as much.
It's not really a big deal, okay? I mean, you came right back.
Yes, Dio, yes, it is a big
Why? If you hadn't made it back by the deadline, you'd have just defaulted to ally.
deal. Yeah, because you're dumb. You're telling me you didn't know? Did you find one of these notes?
What?
We found one of these in the treatment center.
There was no such thing in the pressure exchange chamber.
I didn't see one in the pantry either.
This is kind of Zero's fault for being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna explain the rules to everyone, and then he gives only one person or one group these additional rules. Should really probably read it
Here
though.
are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not a option.
Oh, wow, she's actually going to read the puns out loud.
If both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalized.
Oh my god.
In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote.
You get it now? If we hadn't gotten back in time, Clover, Quark, and I would have died. And you just...
Alright, I get it. Sorry. Cut me some slack though, man. I didn't know.
So you wouldn't have opened the gate if you did.
Of course I wouldn't have. What the hell, bro?
Don't throw me, you kill people. Anyways.
You said the room you went into was a treatment center, right?
Yeah.
If they treat people there, I'd think they'd have shelves of medicine and stuff. Did you find any Accelavir?
No. It's not really that kind of place. It just had those pods, and that was it. Besides, if we'd found anything to cure Radical 6, we wouldn't have put Quark in the pod.
I see. Can the pod cure Radical 6?
No, unfortunately.
How do you know that?
Because the readout said. It said so on the screen next to the pods. Something about how it can provide relief from the symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. It's better than nothing, though. Oh, right. There's one more thing about the pods I should tell you. As quick as I could, I explained what the records had said about the pod's occupants and their cold sleep.
Cold sleep?
Are you suggesting that 3 of us were, until recently, cryogenically frozen?
If you can trust what we read, yeah.
Which of us are the pod people, then?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It didn't say who they were, or even when they were frozen.
So this cold sleep, that means they basically froze the body solid, right? Not like how a bear or something hibernates where it just slows way down.
Yeah, I think so.
So what would happen to the heart?
What?
Wouldn't it stop when you were put into a cold sleep?
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
So if we go into cold sleep, our bracelets would come off.
Then we can just defrost ourselves right away.
You said there were 3 pods, right?
We'd only need to do it 3 times for the 9 of us.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that will work for you, but perhaps not so much for me.
The armor. Yeah, but we could get everyone else's bracelets off, and then you could just get 9 BP and be the one to open the door, and then everyone else can walk out because we don't have to worry about the bracelets penalizing us.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll figure something out. We should go have a look at any rate.
Or you could just, do what I just said, but, you guys will figure that out eventually, probably.
We'll be able to come up with a plan once we know more.
Also, isn't there a thing that, we found a key at some point? Although I don't know if we found that... I don't know if they went to that room. I don't think we did.
What? What do you mean the cold sleep function doesn't work?
I'm sorry.
You don't have anything to apologize for, Luna. Zero Senior must have just locked it down.
But when Clover and I were here, it worked.
Yeah, I remember checking it.
Then that bastard set this up. Oh, that's low.
It is not pleasant, but consider this. We have seen how thorough Zero is. Would he really have left such an obvious loophole?
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh, because they mentioned it where he could hear, and that would give him the chance, Zero Junior, the AI, a chance to be like, oh right, I should turn that off. Bloop.
If Zero Jr. heard me, he could have shut it off.
Yeah, but wasn't there one... there was at least one playthrough that we did where, I think Quark's bracelet came off, but he was still breathing? I wonder if that's what happened.
Whatever the case, it is an unfortunate outcome.
Unfortunate? Really? You sure? Aren't you just a little bit relieved? After all, we were gonna get our bracelets off while you were stuck with yours.
How could you say that? I would never be so petty as...
Before Kay could finish, the announcer's voice echoed through the facility. Oh right, there's still that thing.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks a lot, Dio.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed,
Right.
Time's running out. We should get back, guys.
I'm staying here. I can't leave Quark.
Are you nuts, old man? You're a solo. Luna and Phi could kill you.
Yeah, I know. I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you don't vote, you'll default to ally. All they have to do is pick Betray.
We won't. You staying here won't change our vote.
Right. We always intended to choose ally. Tenmyoji staying here is just another reason for us to stick to that plan.
Luna has the same number of BP as you, Tenmyoji. Normally, the safe plan would be to choose Betray. Since you will be unable to betray them, then Phi and Luna can choose to ally without worrying about their own points.
Yes.
Well, there you go. I trust Phi and Luna. I'm sure they'll choose ally.
Well, that's that situation resolved. Tenmyoji, you take care of Quark.
You think I need you to tell me that? I
Yeah,
won't take
know.
my eyes off him for a minute.
Come on. We don't have much time left. We need to go.
So yeah, I think the only way this goes badly is if K picks, or if Dio picks ally, and this would be the one time when I would expect him to betray that I'd be wrong.
4 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Alright, Clover. We should probably head in too.
Okay. Sigma, do you remember what I said back in the other warehouse?
Yeah. You told me we should betray Quark since we might not get another chance like this. Right?
Yeah. Can I, take that back?
Huh?
I changed my mind a little bit after talking to Tenmyoji. I think we should choose ally.
Oh. Hey, that's more than just a little bit. It's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. What the hell happened with you two? Did he say something to you?
I can't tell you.
What? Why?
I just can't. You'd laugh if I did anyway.
I won't laugh.
Really?
Promise.
Well, I still can't tell you.
Hey, come on.
I promised. I told Tenmyoji I wouldn't tell anybody.
Alright, fine. I won't ask about it again. Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Quark.
No, he does matter. Quark is really important to Tenmyoji. If we betray Quark, we're betraying Tenmyoji. Come on, don't you remember? When we were going into the red, blue, and green doors, Tenmyoji said something.
I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person. Clover.
Yeah, what?
I just know that you'll keep him safe.
Huh.
I can't betray somebody who'd say that about me.
You seem pretty ready to betray him back on 4B.
That's because I didn't know who he was.
Oh, so you're saying you know who Tenmyoji really is.
Well, if what he told me was true, yeah.
One minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Could he be someone from the first game? No, nobody else is that old. Well, Ace, but couldn't be Ace. I'm trying to think who else. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Please, choose ally.
You aren't going to try and vote yourself?
If I try, you'll just throw me off, right? I don't think I'm strong enough to fight you. So...
Alright. With that, I turned to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally or betray? Just as Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. I wasn't even taking into consideration that Quark was just a kid. He was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if we didn't do something. How could I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clover had said in the warehouse on 4B was true, it was unlikely that I'd get a chance like this again. If I chose Betray, then I'd have 9 BP. I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole.
10 seconds remain.
So what would my choice be? What would I do? I chose
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Yeah, I mean, I'd been planning to ally because, like I said, I think we should be okay. We shouldn't need to betray for this point. So, watch me eat my words in like 2 minutes.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed. Thank you
Right.
for Ambidex Gates.
Right.
What did you choose, Sigma?
You didn't see me push the button?
No?
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. Gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the results would be displayed.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Alright, well. Nobody's at 9 BP. We've got 4 people at 8 and 2 people at 6. So, other than Alice and Luna and Temyoji, there's a lot of people with a lot of BP here.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
So you chose Ally, huh?
Gorgeous sick, kid, and unable to vote. Couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have done. So you guys chose Ally too, huh?
Of course. Tenmyoji had only 1 BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote ally, so there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
Yeah, you didn't have much choice. Alice K and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round.
Hey,
Okay, Alice gets, like, angry at people who are just like, wait a minute, no, there's a valid reason not to do this thing.
What the hell is your problem? You're either crazy or just an asshole. Were you trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Well then, what was it like? If we'd voted ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't think there was any way in hell you guys would choose ally, not with Alice's BP at 1. The only way you could possibly vote was betray. Picking ally when I knew you guys would pick betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Yeah, but K has 6.
Well, maybe not immediately, no. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except K's.
What?
Yeah, what, Alice, did you not realize this?
Didn't you think it through?
Oh my god.
Your vote was always gonna be betray. Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked ally. What would happen to K's BP?
6 plus 3 would make 9.
Yeah, Alice doesn't... You didn't... Okay. You gotta keep in mind, this is someone who calculated like a 25-digit number and found the third root of it in like seconds. How does she not realize that 6 plus 3 is 9? Somebody's having a dumb moment here.
See? Then it'd be game over. Life over. He'd open the number 9 door and blow this popsicle stand. And that'd leave us twisting in the wind, living out the rest of our miserable lives stuck in this place.
Yeah, so don't get mad at him. This is the one time you can't be mad at Dio for betraying, because it actually makes sense for him to do it.
You see? That's why I chose betray. I did it to save all our necks, including yours.
I think you did it to save your own neck. Saving the rest of our necks was just a side benefit. But yeah. This is the one time you can't be mad at him. But you're going to be anyway. Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal before finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of the doors sliding shut.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
Right.
Round 3
Now we get the star
of the
round.
Star keys are required. There is no set limit. The Ambidex gates.
Yeah, so same as the other times we've gotten to round 3.
We can play the AB game as many times as we want, right?
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. So, K is a red solo. Luna's a cyan pair. I think this is Phi? I'm not sure whose arm this is. I think that's my... Yeah, some of these arms look kind of similar. I see. Luna and Clover, cyan pair. Phi and Alice are a magenta pair. The remaining 3 are all solos. K is red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. So how are the groups supposed to work for the next round? I think the next doors are going to be those white ones down the floor B warehouse.
Yeah, I heard about those. Alice told me about them while we were here waiting for you and Clover. I think I've got them figured out.
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? If I nodded and began to explain. Option A, Temyoji and Quark, yellow, pair up with me to open one door. Phi and Alice pair up with Dio to open another door. Luna and Clover pair up with K to open the last one. Okay, so Quark's at 8, I'm at 8. So we could just both ally and I could get Quark out. Temyoji wouldn't be able to leave. Phi and Alice are up against Dio. Dio's got 6, Phi has 8, Alice has 3. These two are probably not going to want to ally because he won't have enough, so he's going to betray. So she won't. That means he's going to betray. They're also going to betray. Luna and Clover. I forget how much Luna has. I don't think it's a lot though. But Clover has 8 and K has 6. So again, probably going to end up betraying a lot. So it could potentially end up with me and Quark having 10 BP.
Oh?
And it would be kind of difficult for us to not end up with that much. Because either if Quark is still out, then either Tenmyoji like betrays me, which kind of seems like a dick move, or I betray him, which I'm presumably not going to do.
Is there only one option?
Yes. No other combinations would be able to open the secondary doors. Admittedly, Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here for us to check, but I'm sure they're the yellow pair. If they weren't, then Sigma would be stuck without anybody he could pair up with.
Oh God, I never thought I'd have to put up with Dio again.
Well, you just didn't think hard enough then. Sooner or later, everybody puts up with Dio. Wait.
So, what should we do now? It looks like we have a lot of time until the primary doors open.
Or 20.
I'm worried about Quark's condition. Those pods can't cure Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose. So we might as well look for that medicine. Excelavir, right?
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine. I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. Kind of a jerk wouldn't...
Okay. We should split up and search.
So I'm guessing this is where we start losing people. Tio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover and myself to the pressure exchange chamber. Which I know that none of those are going to have, because the Excelavir, I know from other playthroughs, is in the laboratory, so none of this is going to result in anything, finding anything useful. But these two are the two that usually die, so, But Dio's going to be with Kay, so unless he can get away from Kay, he's not going to be able to do much. Clover's going to be with me. So, as long as one of those two people, because Clover maybe is the one who's stabbing Luna, or injecting Luna with some kind of, whatever that Neostigmine was. Like, I thought it was the turbo stuff. Maybe there's something else that, like, does something to her. I don't know.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse 10 minutes before the doors open?
We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. So this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we'd need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then that newspaper article was right?
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but this door looks a lot smaller and a lot less sturdier. Like, I don't know. Maybe we could get this one open.
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Excelavir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You two take this floor, all right?
Got it.
Okay.
We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? The pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dio was asking questions? We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no. But
And then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and I looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay?
Alright,
Promise?
promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention at a complete loss for words. Here's what she said. Okay, so Alice, I remember we were writing down all this information. So I think this is about to be Clover's, Alice, yeah, our agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements such as domestic or foreign terrorist, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. Probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. Told you that I'd played the nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We'd just escaped, and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists, but Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. So, they never found Santa in June then. So what happened to them? Anyway, we were taken back to SOS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome, for one. And he was in both the last two nonary games, too. So anyway, we'd been grabbed twice. Yeah, what happened to him? Is he just, like, hanging out now? Like... But the people behind the two nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom, though, so after that, all these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed all around by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I worked in a cafe and he composed music. He plays the harp and started writing this kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. "I need your help," she told us. "We need people who can do what you can do." So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOIS, where they'd taken us after the second nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first nonary game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first nonary game was to research that ability, so they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? Well, I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job, after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot, more wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple of days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOS were after. It wasn't that, she asked, something that I might want to know more about. It got me curious. My brother, too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second nonary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. "You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is." What? We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Okay. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven, another participant from the second nonary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second nonary game. Right. So if you haven't played the first game for some reason and are playing this one. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which is probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple months, all we did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed. The other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I'd been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure. We did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then, on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse.
Yeah.
All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I've got a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response?
Yeah. If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers.
Is that how that works now?
Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so... Hold on a second. When has that ever been a thing? Because they had, like... Didn't they have, like, 9... What was it? 9 kids in the first game? They were all trying to do the same... I guess maybe... I don't know. That seems like kind of a weird thing to bring up now. Some other questions, so moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who are they?
Well, I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
Well, wait. It's trying to spread that virus. Doesn't this mean the virus has already been spread? Like... Something weird is happening here. So you don't know.
No. All we know is soon.
That could mean just about anything.
Yeah. It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait, you mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense?
Yeah, because then we get all these reports. They'll
Like,
explain all the
how
reports.
about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Maybe. Because, yeah, if she was a pod person, then it would explain why she only thinks it's a year and it's like a year after that incident. When really a lunar eclipse, there are plenty of lunar eclipses. It may not necessarily be December 31st, 2028. It could be... Our only time reference connecting back to the previous game is Clover and Alice. Nobody else we know really has any connection to the previous game, so if those two have been frozen, it could be any amount of time in the future. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5.
Okay.
Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying. Well, Dio we know is lying. Phi could be. At least Luna and Tenmyoji. Phi because timeline shenanigans. Luna and Tenmyoji, though. I don't really know who they are. Like, Tenmyoji has some kind of relationship to Clover, but who is Luna, even? I guess they are a little suspicious.
Right?
And what's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean.
Oh, unclean. 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 Unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up! Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean. Clean. Een.
What? She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh, right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah,
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you.
exactly.
Are you saying you've heard about this Neostigmine
Yeah,
stuff?
that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor.
What?
That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Uh-huh. Sorry, but I still don't get it.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, all right? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine.
Tubocurarine, that's what it was. It wasn't turbo. Tubocurarine.
Following me?
Tubocurarine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
First is the silver rail, which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized?
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
Best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey, Clover, wait. Clover. It's too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Damn. I was, I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Fi, where did Clover go? Fi, can you hear me? She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Oh no. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed and her body was unnaturally stiff. Fi? Grabbed her shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Fi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. I turned back around and jogged out the door toward the treatment center. Oh no. I have a bad feeling about this. This is weird. Where is everybody? I'd assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Temyoji were gone too. They'd left Quark, and the readout on his pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else. Made my way out of the treatment center. So, where is everybody? They're not in... Oh, there's nobody dead in the crew quarters. The hell? What is going on here? Can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait, there's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. I have a bad feeling about this. I ran into the room and stopped. Oh, that's not good. I might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand and I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How can... Holy crap! That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's almost everyone. Oh my god. In the middle of the lake of blood was like an island of flesh with bodies. They were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Yeah, that's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's literally everybody except myself, Kay, and Cork. Had they sliced themselves open or stabbed one another? Couldn't tell. All the blood. Too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they had died. This tiny blade. Oh God. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be oh. Well. Yeah, well, there you go. Fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. Lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs. And drew it across my throat. Wow. That was not great. Oh, and that's how it ends, huh? Okay, well, we've seen the credits before. I don't have to watch them all over again. So that was Clover's ending. Okay, so... That was a long-ass ending. Okay, so that wasn't actually... Huh. I thought all of these would be ends, and like these would be like the weird ones. But apparently, yeah. Huh. So now what happens if you... I guess now, since we're already here... No, I shouldn't have... So I don't think this is going to do anything, but I'm going to try it. Just to see what happens if you pick Betray. Like, I get the feeling it's going to be like something's going to happen to screw us over.
Round reset and
What did you choose, Sigma?
You didn't see me press
No.
the button? Huh, well, you'll know in a moment. Come with me if you want, or you can stay here. Your
That's
choice.
as good as saying you chose Betray.
Wait, what? What you want to do after that is up to you. You can come with me if you want, or you can stay here. Oh, yeah. Heh. I grinned and headed toward the display. So, this is the I'm evil ending.
results from round, please.
I wonder if anybody else's votes change. No, these are still the same.
Points have been assigned, please.
What did you do, Clover?
Sorry, it wasn't me.
Sigma, huh?
Yeah.
Care to explain this, then?
What's there to explain? It's exactly what it looks like. Get the hell out of here.
What?
Are you going with him, Clover? I
When they all turned to look at Clover, I made my move. My feet pounded across the metal floor of the warehouse as I ran for the number 9 door.
Hey, wait!
He'd have to do better than shout if he wanted to stop me. It was closer. I was almost there. I took one last running leap and slammed into the wall and the unlocking device right in front of me. With a yell of triumph, I threw the lever down. The door began to open. A heavy metallic grinding noise filled the room.
Shit! That son of a bitch actually did it?
His voice sounded almost surprised. I turned to face him. Sorry, but it looks like this is goodbye.
Sigma.
Don't worry, I'll go to the police as soon as I get out and come back with help. I'm not gonna just leave you all here to die.
Don't give me that shit! I know a liar when I see one.
Really? Maybe you should get your eyes checked.
Are you guys just gonna let him run off like this?
No way. I can't allow that. He took advantage of a sick kid. He's just a coward.
Agreed.
I also agree.
That's it then. Let's get him. Ready?
Yeah.
Why haven't I left yet?
He's toast.
Just leave it to us.
Hey now, don't do anything you'll regret. This door only opens once, you know. If you stop me, then...
Give it up! Charge!
I spun back around to face the door. There it was, right in front of me, freedom. I leapt for it, or at least I tried. It happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly my cheek was being pressed against the cold steel floor of the warehouse.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Let me go. Of course, we're not going to get out. Only other people get to get out. Yeah. Didn't do any good. You're just killing yourselves. The door only opens once. If I don't...
I know. Go, Clover.
Yeah, so Clover will go instead
You're
of
the
us.
only one of us with 9 BP.
Yeah.
Nobody else can get out. But this is an order from your commanding officer. You are to escape from this facility. Once you've accomplished that, call for help.
That's...
Stop complaining and go. If that door closes, it's all over. None of us will get out of here alive. Leave!
The door had already begun to close. The space was narrowing quickly, but still wide enough for a single person to make it through.
Fine. You didn't leave me much choice.
Damn. Didn't see what happened, but I heard enough to guess. Alice had shoved Clover through the door. Looking up, I could see Clover's feet just beyond the doorway.
Alice! Go! Call for help! I'm counting on you!
Alice! No! I can't!
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank as the
Yeah.
please.
I don't know. It's kind of funny, but also kind of ridiculous that, like, somehow everyone else can be an asshole, and some of them will actually get away with it and leave the rest of us in the lurch. But the one time we try to do it, that's when everyone's like, nah, we gotta stop that guy. Like, why couldn't you have stopped Kay, or Dio, or whoever else was leaving? Nah, just Sigma. Anyways. As amusing as that was, it did give me an idea, though, because... which one is it? There's this one. I don't think it's this one. But, okay, so this one actually... Oh, see, this one's a different color now. So I think this one we can actually do this. Because we found out that if you go into cold sleep, you can save people. You can get their bracelets off. So I think now we can do this one. Shit, they're
Maybe
not
they
here.
did go through the door, like Kay said.
Okay, yeah, so Kay
Or-
comes back with the bracelet, and it turns out it's broken.
Hey, lay off. I want to believe they're alive too, but
We heard a noise and turned. Kay comes to the door, he's got the bracelet, it's been broken.
I apologize for keeping you.
did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well, technically, yes, but...
Huh?
Best you just see it. This is what I found in Dio's pod.
What?
I assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
Why? There's no
I
point.
can't say for sure, but if I were to guess...
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
With a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
That means Kay and I will...
Oh no. Shit. You're gonna...
When the time comes, those 3 doors will automatically close. If anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay. That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
How can you be so calm? In 5 minutes, you're gonna be...
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right? You should be able to get through the secondary door with those. So just...
Fuck that. You know I can't just ditch you guys like that.
But if you stay here, you'll...
You think I don't know that? But what kind of a monster am I if I just leave you here to die? God damn it. This was bad. What was I gonna do? I needed to calm down. Just calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them. There had... And now we have the remembrance of past games. Where we realize... Oh, right! The pods.
The first is an anesthetic called Soparil Beta. The other is a muscle relaxant called Tubocurarine.
Oh, it's this one.
Your bracelet also has a bunch of needles on the inside. If you break the rules, those needles hop out and inject you.
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor.
Yeah, but there's only one of these.
That means it's sort of an antidote for tubocurarine.
Yeah, you can't use it on both of them. I guess you
I
could
knew
use...
it!
Give it back. I found it, so it's mine.
Of course. The antidote.
The antidote?
I didn't have time to explain. I took off running toward the exit.
Sigma, where are you going?
Stay here. I'll be right back. Dude, you only got 5 minutes. How are you gonna do all this in 5 minutes? Bolt out of the warehouse toward the treatment room. Yeah, I guess 'cause you can't put Kay in the pod anyway, because he's got the metal suit on. It wouldn't work. So maybe, but you can't inject him either, because there's only one injection. I think Dio put it in his pocket. Come on, come on, come on. Please still have it. Sweat was pouring down my face, but I didn't bother to wipe it off. There wasn't time. I dug frantically through Dio's coat until... Aha! Found it. Oh. There's only one dose. The injection gun uses the whole bottle at once. Shit, I can't save both of them.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
1 minute? Shit. I spun around and shot out of the treatment center.
3, 2, 1. Chromatic doors closing.
No, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh dear.
Sigma.
There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soperol. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor. No, I couldn't fall asleep. I had to give one of them the antidote before my bracelet injected me with tubercularine. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I forced my eyes back open. Oh, this is the one where Kay and Phi are on the ground. Kay and Phi lay limp on the floor in front of me. In my right hand, I could feel the injector gun with its precious cargo. I could only pull the trigger once. Who was I going to choose? Phi or Kay? No, what was I thinking? There was only one answer. Yeah, I didn't even have a choice, because how you can inject it into Kay? There's nowhere to inject it into him. His body was covered in impenetrable metal. I'm sorry, Kay. Yeah, without the key, you can't get his thing open. I summoned as much energy as I could and dragged myself toward Phi. After what felt like an eternity, I was finally within arm's reach. With no time to waste, I pressed the gun to her arm and pulled the trigger.
Sigma. What the hell did you...
Injected you with Neostigmine. It's a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. It's the antidote to the muscle relaxant.
Why did you pick me?
Because I can't use the injection gun on Kay. Never get through the metal.
Then why didn't you inject yourself?
Guess you've got a point. Honestly, it didn't even cross my mind.
You're the biggest idiot on the planet.
Hey, come on. Is that any kind of thing to say to somebody who's about to die? How about something more tender?
No. Screw this. I don't want to live if it means being in debt to you. No goddamn way. I'm not gonna...
Her words slurred and slowed, and her eyes fluttered closed. She wasn't dead, of course. I could hear the faint sound of her breathing, and see her chest rise and fall. Good. Phi's gonna be alright. But Kay... I looked over in his direction. That was when I noticed it. Open? There's a hole here on the back of your head. Yeah, it looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in there.
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
Wait, then he... But when could he have... It's empty.
Yes.
Was there something in there before?
No. It was empty when I found it.
But what if he lied? Could Kay have taken the key? How'd he gotten it didn't really matter anymore. What did matter was that Kay had been able to remove his armor. And he had. Holy shit. Then that would mean Dio's killer is... Oh! When he went to lie down. When he went to lie down, he wasn't actually in the suit anymore. Oh, wow. That's crazy. He got out of the suit, left the suit there to make it look like he was still lying down, went and killed Dio. Focused as much strength as I could from my increasingly lethargic body and crawled toward Kay. Kay, wake up. Come on, talk to me. I grabbed his shoulder and shook him until he finally shifted and spoke.
Sigma.
I just need to know one thing. Did you kill Dio? You weren't sleeping, were you? After I left, you took off your armor. You didn't want to go the same way I had, so you took the other door. After you went the long way around through the warehouse and the crew quarters, you headed for the elevator. Alright, you don't have to show us this. Come on. We get it. I bumped into Fi and we went back to the lounge to check on you. We saw you, or we saw your armor, I guess. By then you would have been out of it. While we were in the lounge, you went to the treatments room and killed Dio. You must have turned off the oxygen to his pod, although you probably didn't stick around to make sure he died. I'm betting you were in a hurry to get back before Fi and I noticed something was up. Once you got back to floor A, you needed us out of the lounge, so you made a noise in the hall to lure us out. Then you ran around and took the long way back to the lounge so you could enter through the rear door. Son of a... Wow, that's impressive. Well, that's so you could kill Dio. So you put your suit on again and waited for us. As soon as we found Dio's body, we did exactly what you'd expected. Okay, wake up. Something's happened. You pretend to wake up, very disoriented and confused. Right. Come on, Kay. I'm almost out of time. Did you kill Dio?
Yes. Your reasoning is correct. I killed him.
Why?
Because I couldn't forgive him. He took the life of someone very important to me. I couldn't...
Oh, because Kay figured out that because she's the old lady, that was his mom. So he was actually... Oh yeah, that makes sense that he's super pissed about that.
The old woman. She was like mother to me. She showed me how to see meaning in my life.
Wait, are you saying...
Yes, I am. She was the woman who came here when I was 18.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean here?
Sigma, unfortunately, we are out of time. There's something I have to tell you. I made a promise that you would hear it. Do you understand? This is very important. You must pay attention. You cannot forget.
Forget? Wasn't making sense. I was about to die. How on earth would I be remembering anything for more than a few seconds?
If you see a lion with two heads devouring the sun, remember these letters. M-I-L-K-E-V-O-L-I.
Oh, wow. This is, director's room. M-I-L-K-E-V-O-L-I.
This will open the second gate.
The hell? Hey, Kay, who told you to tell me this? No, who are you? Show me who you really are. I grabbed a hold of Kay's mask and tore it off. What? No, it's Sigma. It's face. It's my face. Holy shit. Oh no. I felt the sharp pain in my left wrist and my body collapsed unceremoniously. My vision began to blur and my head felt unnaturally heavy. The world faded away and my consciousness slipped down into the cold, dark waters of nothingness. Oh man. Okay. What? So is he also a clone? Wait, but he's Zero's son. Does that mean I'm also a clone? What is what the hell does that mean? Oh my god. This is ridiculous. If you find the lit two-headed lion, key to gate 2. Okay, well, I don't know what the key to gate 1 is, so so maybe that's like maybe that's the password and the other one's the username, or I don't know, maybe there's a second one after that we have to solve? I don't know. Oh man. But okay, so if we have the same face, and it's something like Dio, where like they clone a whole bunch of people and they have the same face, then why do I have that face? What is happening? Okay, I'm gonna have to be right back because I have to deal with a cat right now. So give me a second. I will be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm back. Huh. So, now it's a question of figuring out where do we go from here, because I don't know the answer to this. Because actually I could... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so there was one where we were saying, okay, where did Alice go? And I wasn't really sure. And there was one where we have to deactivate the bomb, but I don't have the password for that one. And there's this one where we need the director's password, but I think we only have one of those. I think we need a different one. This one ended, and I thought I would know what the answer was, but apparently not. But I might know the answer to this one now. Because, again, if I can find the Neostigmine in 5 minutes, I could essentially save myself. So I could try this one, although it's still...
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Yeah, so... Dio gets out the door.
Of course.
Right.
Sigma! Are you okay?
Sigma!
First is the... I guess.
"5 minutes would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? Give a right rest till the very end. Okay, Sigma, you can do this. Cling desperate reflection. I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How can I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. There's a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Okay, so I don't actually... Maybe we hadn't found the Neostigmine in this one yet. Okay. Well... There's also this one, but where does Alice go? This one seems to indicate that we know the answer, but... Maybe it's because we went to a room that we hadn't been to before? And we just didn't know about it? I'll try this. Okay, so we didn't find her in the lounge, then suddenly the world, shifted. For just an instant I was somewhere else entirely. My mind reeled, and then just as I began to adjust, it was gone, as if nothing had happened. Oh, what was that? It was the same sensation I felt when I saw the vision of the bombs exploding. Had it been a premonition? This is bad. I need to find Alice now. But where could she be? Damn it, Alice, where are you? The crew quarters? What about the crew quarters? Yeah, that has to be it. I set off at a dead run. Wait. I saw that, but maybe I should have checked the garden? Then when I entered the crew hallway, I made straight for the door to the number 2 room. Alice should be in here. I saw her open the door. Alice, so you were here. As I spoke, her eyes turned toward mine, but I didn't get the feeling they were looking at me. Her skin was pale and sickly, and one of her hands held the scalpel like I'd caught her in the middle of something.
What are you doing here?
It's okay. I'm just here to help you.
Help me? What do you mean?
Just let go of that scalpel.
No. You need it to get this bracelet off. Remember what Zero Jr. told us? The bracelet comes off when your heart stops. So I just have to...
Before I even finished the word, I was running. I grabbed both her arms and wrenched them back, pulling the blade away from her chest.
No! Let me go! I have to do this! I can't take it anymore. This whole thing is like a nightmare I can't wake up from. The only way I'm going to get out of here is to die!
Knock it off. With a grunt, I tore the scalpel from her hands. It was a second before I felt a burning pain in my left hand. I'd apparently cut myself getting the damn thing away from her. Very quickly it progressed from a dull throbbing to a hot line of pain across my palm. I clenched my teeth and squeezed my hand tight. I was so focused on my pain that I barely heard Alice collapse. She didn't respond when I shook her. Hey, are you alright? Alice, say something. There was a moment of terror before I realized she was still breathing. I didn't know why, but it seemed like she'd only passed out. Shit, what am I supposed to do now? Oh man, maybe the infirmary? It's got all those medical things. Buoyed by an adrenaline, I hefted Alice's body and took off toward the infirmary.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
If I had called everyone else back after I'd brought Alice to the infirmary, 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke. Right, so we're still in this part. So,
Oh no. No! What's going to happen to her? Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. It's a special antiviral treatment. Whether or not there's any around here, though. No! No! Oh, Alice! I don't want you to die! Please! Please don't die! I don't want to be alone! Don't die!
Clover wrapped her arms around Alice's unconscious body and began to sob. None of us had the heart to pull her off, so all we could do was stand and watch uncomfortably.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh man, I don't even remember what the points are on this one.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Guys, I think we should get back to the warehouse.
About Alice and
I
Quark.
guess we're just gonna have to leave him behind.
No! I'm not leaving! I'm
Clover.
staying here! Like heck, I'm gonna leave Alice all alone! She's going to be fine. I gave her some Soparil. She'll just be sleeping like Quark. I don't care! I just want to stay with her. She shouldn't have to be all by herself.
Everything's coming up Sigma, huh? What a lucky, lucky man you are. You two are gonna be playing against Clover. If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally. That means if she stays here, the two of you are gonna be sitting pretty. Especially you, Sigma. After all, you've got 6 BP right now.
You saying I'm gonna choose betray?
If you do, you'll get what you need to escape.
You bastard. There's no way I'd do
Is
that.
that so?
Yes, it is so. For one, I'm not the only one making this decision. Luna's my partner, and she'll be in the AB room with me. You really think she'd just stand by and let me do something like that? Back me up here, Luna.
Well, actually I was planning to let you make the decision.
See? Told you. You can lie to us if you want, but you can't lie to yourself.
Shut up.
If I might make a suggestion, what if Sigma and Luna both remained here? Should all 3 of you abstain, then you would all be guaranteed to ally,
No, you
correct?
can't do that. It doesn't work like that.
Why not?
Here. Oh, yeah, the supplementary rules.
Huh? What's this?
It's kind of ridiculous that there are paths this far in where people still haven't been told all the rules.
There wasn't anything like this in the pantry.
Nothing in the garden either.
Whatever, I'll just read it for you. More bunny puns and yeah. Get it? The whole team can't
That means
abstain.
either Dio or Tenmyoji's going to have to vote then. And they're playing against Alice. Oh. I guess playing against is a little generous.
So Alice is guaranteed to vote ally, which means that if Dio picks Betray...
Knock it off. You trying to get back at me for what I said earlier? No way am I gonna choose Betray. You do know her BP's at 1, right? What do you think would happen to her if I did that?
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules.
I wouldn't put it past you.
What?
Cool it, boys. Don't worry. I'm gonna be in that room, too. I'd planned to stay here with Quark, just to make sure he was safe. But it doesn't look like I'm gonna have that luxury. I can't trust Dio to make a decision for all three of us.
Okay, so Tenmyoji's gonna act as the safeguard on that
means
one.
we're gonna be sharing a room, bucko. I've got my eye on you. Happy now, Sigma?
Yeah, thanks. That's a
Exactly.
relief.
Oh man, everybody's against me. Whatever shall I do?
Can't be too careful. I wouldn't want to see Alice killed by an unfortunate accident.
What do you mean, accident?
Oh, Tenmyoji, before we went into the CDs, you told Alice there was something you wanted to tell her. What was it?
Huh? Oh, that, well, I mean, look, it wasn't important. Just forget about it.
Well, we gotta go.
5 minutes remain.
Time's running out, people. Clover and I will stay here and keep an eye on Alice and Quark. Everyone else needs to go.
What?
You're staying too?
Yeah, something does happen. Clover might need a hand.
Are you a solo? You're playing against Kay and Quark, but with Quark out, that means Kay would get to decide this whole round.
Are you saying that you trust me?
Yes.
Even though I have 6 BP?
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you nuts? What happens when he gets 9 BP?
I'm not worried. Kay won't betray me.
How can you know that?
I just know, I guess.
You just know? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Did something happen between Phi and Kay while they were out exploring?
I understand. I can hardly betray trust like that, can I? I will vote for our team.
Good. We're counting on you.
I've had enough of this bullshit.
4 minutes remain.
Yeah.
Come on, we need to hurry.
All right, you kids. Take care of those two, okay?
Of course.
We promise.
With that, we were off. Gave one last quick nod to Phi and Clover before heading back for a warehouse at Dead Run. Everybody ready? I'm going to open my AD gate. Although I guess that doesn't really matter since Dio already opened one
Then only
earlier.
you and I remain.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Two more AB gates slid open. We all shared one last look at each other before ducking into our respective rooms. Well,
2 minutes.
What are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to vote?
no question. If Clover isn't voting, then she's defaulting to ally. Betraying someone who isn't even playing hardly seems fair.
Of course, I think so too. I'm just glad to hear you say it.
Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nonary game didn't seem so scary. Then she spoke.
Sigma, what's wrong with your hand?
Huh?
There's something white on it.
There's... what? What the hell is this? For the first time since I'd found Alice in the crew quarters, I looked down at my hand. Across the palm was some sort of strange white liquid. For a moment I thought I'd somehow touched some white paint or something similar. The truth was far stranger. The liquid was coming from my hand. What? It was coming from the cut I'd given myself when I grabbed the scalpel away from Alice. But why? Where was the blood? Why is my blood white? What is wrong with me? Oh God. I felt a very odd sort of fear begin to wrap its hand around my throat. Quickly I held my palm against my chest. I shouldn't have let Luna see that.
Are you alright?
Yeah, it's nothing. I went to the pantry while I was looking for Alice. There was some milk and I spilled it. It sounded even stupider as I said it.
Really?
Yeah.
But...
Just shut up. It's fine, alright? I'm fine. Leave me alone. I regretted the words the moment they were out of my mouth, but something was wrong, very wrong, and my head was spinning.
Sigma...
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Just don't worry about it, okay?
30 seconds remain until polling closes.
There was no time left. I had to vote. I turned and faced the machine. I took a few deep breaths, but the chaos in my mind refused to calm itself. Calm down, just calm down. You need to think about the AB game right now. Just forget about your hand. Was I kidding? There was no way I could forget about something like that.
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean,
Round 2
if nothing else, I want to stick around now and
game
figure out, like, what the hell is going on with my hand.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you, Ambidex Gates.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out of the rooms as we did.
So you chose Ally after all?
Yeah. To be honest, the AB game was the last thing on my mind. As chaotic as my thoughts were, they all centered on one thing. The mysterious white liquid.
Do you want to go see the results?
Sure. Luna nodded and walked off toward the projection, but I couldn't move. I glanced around to make sure no one was watching and opened my hand. The liquid didn't seem to have clotted or run out, since it was still oozing thickly out of the slit in my hand. What in the hell is this? It couldn't be blood, could it? No, that was impossible. No matter how many white blood cells clumped together, you'd never get anything that looked like that. I'd never seen my blood do this before. In 22 years of life, I'd seen my body bleed many times. Scraped knees as a kid, accidental nicks with a knife as an adult. But every single time I'd bled red like any other human being. So why was it that this time it was white? What the hell is happening to me?
Hey, Sigma, what are you doing? Get the hell over here. They're gonna show the results.
Yeah, right. On my way. I did my best to compose myself and headed over to join the others.
Results from round 2. Please direct your attention.
Wow. Everyone allied. So, other than Temyoji and Alice, everyone could ally again and have 9 BP by the next round. Huh. They actually, well, Tenmyoji made sure that Dio picked ally, and Kei followed through on his promise, so... Wow.
Points have been assigned. Please check your...
This is incredible. Look, everyone voted ally. You did just like you promised, Kay.
How could I choose Betray after what Phi said to me?
Tenmyoji and Dio voted ally too.
Of course. If we hadn't, Alice would have died.
Yeah, well, that's about it, I guess.
We should thank the both of you as well. I'm happy to see you also chose Ally.
Oh, I didn't have anything to do with it. That was all Sigma.
Then thank you very much, Sigma. Sigma? Sigma, are you all right?
Come on, what's wrong? Just say something.
Huh? Oh, yeah, looks like we all allied. That's great.
Sigma, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you've been acting a little out of it ever since we came out of the AB rooms. What happened? You make a pass at Luna and get shot down?
No, nothing like
Hey,
that.
man, it was a joke. You remember what that is? A joke? You're in pretty bad shape, huh?
Before Dio could continue, the heavy metal rumble of doors shutting echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game,
Right.
Star Keys. There is no set limit. The Ambidex gates.
We can open the gates as many times as we want to? Then, that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we like, right?
Hey, Zero Jr. said something about this, didn't he?
As soon as the gates... the parents...
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sorry to be a pain, but could you all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all your colors and assignments are.
Everyone nodded and held their arms out toward him. I stared at them, terrified to follow suit, but certain that refusing would only draw more suspicion. So I held my arm out, hand tightened into a white-knuckled fist to hide the cut. When their eyes landed on my hand, my heart skipped a beat. It's just barely nobody can see what the problem is.
So Dio and Kay are a yellow pair. Luna and I are both pairs, but our colors are different.
Right. You're a cyan, and I'm magenta.
That makes Sigma the only solo, huh? A red solo. So what are the 4 we left in the infirmary?
Luna and I are pairs, so 2 of them are our partners.
That means the other 2 are solos. Although, I guess we don't know what colors they are.
They're probably green and blue.
Why's that?
Didn't you see them? There are a bunch of white doors in the Floor B warehouse.
So
They have
here's
to be the next
white
set of
door
chromatic
explanation.
doors.
Ah, yes. Phi and I saw them as well, on our way back from the garden with the unconscious Quark. And there they were.
Now this part, where we follow a dot on the map for several seconds.
Each one had a box just like the doors on floor A. Given that, I don't see how there can be any question. Those white doors are our next set of chromatic doors.
I think that our bracelet combinations will have to add up to white in order to open the secondary doors. The
Right.
pairs are cyan, magenta, and yellow. You see?
Yeah. If we need to make white, then the other 3 colors would have to be red, green, and blue.
Right.
Good. Now that we've got that figured out, I'm heading back to the infirmary for a bit. I want to check up on Quark and Alice.
I shall accompany you then.
Might as well go with you, I guess. No real reason to hang out here.
What will you 2 do?
I need to talk to Sigma about something.
About what?
Something?
Her usual pleasant expression had been replaced with something much more sullen. She must have noticed that there was something wrong with me. That was what she wanted to talk about. I was sure of it. Okay, fine. I managed to make my voice sound almost relaxed.
Whoa, hold on. A private talk? What are you guys plotting?
We're not plotting anything. I promise. It's nothing.
Don't look at me like that, Dio.
Fine, whatever. See if I care.
Dio tossed his head with a mixture of arrogance and feigned disinterest and marched out the yellow door. Tenmyoji and Kay quickly followed. In only moments, all 3 had disappeared. So, what was it that you wanted to talk about? I was almost certain I knew, but there was always hope. I did my best to act as if I was genuinely confused.
Oh, I don't really like this room. Could we go somewhere else?
Okay.
Good. I found somewhere nice when I was looking for Alice earlier.
As strange as her request was, I had no reason to object. I kept my mouth shut and followed Luna as she headed off. Garden?
You know this place?
Yes, well, sort of. I came here once when I was looking for Alice.
Oh, I see.
So, what brings you here?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in the whole facility with anything green. I feel kind of silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. Oh, there's a bench over there. Would you like to sit down with me?
She sat down softly and gently, and I lowered myself down next to her. So, what did you want to talk to me about? Instead of answering, Luna lifted the tiny birdcage pendant she wore into the palm of her hand. She was silent for a moment and then began to talk.
Can I tell you something? This is actually a music box.
Really?
Yes.
She twisted the key on the bottom, and it made an almost imperceptible whining noise. When she released it, soft, clear notes drifted out. It's a nice song. Why'd you bring that up, though?
Because I wanted you to know, I guess. I wanted you to know more about me. Maybe it's because I'm so shy, but I don't really have any friends. Or even any acquaintances, really. So I've sort of always been alone. It was really hard. I felt so lonely a lot of the time. And it hurt. It felt like I was just kind of going to collapse from the inside out. That was when I got this music box. Someone very important gave it to me. They didn't say anything, but I felt like there was an unspoken message behind it. Luna, happiness is closer than you think. Do you know Maeterlinck's The Bluebird?
Yeah, well, I know the gist of it. I think it starts on Christmas Eve. His brother and sister named Tiltil and Meitel. Tiltil and Meitel? Get asked to find a bluebird by this old woman and they travel to the dream world. Or something. Anyway, supposedly if you can catch this bird, then you can make a wish come true. So they visit all these different places, but they can't find it. Eventually they give up and go home, but when they wake up, the bird is in a birdcage in their hut.
That's right. It's a well-known story, and it teaches a simple lesson.
Yeah, like you said, happiness is closer than you think.
Right. It got me thinking. Maybe the person who gave me this music box was trying to tell me just that. I don't know if that's true. Maybe all of this is just in my head, but I really felt like that was what they meant. It was so kind. I kept it with me all the time, like a kind of good luck charm. But one day I realized something. There was another meaning to the bluebird. In Maeterlinck's original story, it doesn't end with them waking up.
There's more?
Yes. When Tiltil and Nittil try to feed the bird, it leaves the cage and flies away. And then the story ends.
Whoa. Well, what about the moral, then?
It changes. Now the message is that just when you think you found happiness, you'll lose it again. I thought about that for a while, but in the end, it didn't change how I felt. I don't know what they intended it to mean when they gave it to me, but I decided how I was going to look at it. It means that happiness is something you should always be looking for, and it's only when you're pursuing happiness that you're truly happy. Sigma. I think you might be Tiltil.
What?
You know, the boy who the old lady asked to find the bluebird on Christmas Eve.
What are you trying to say?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Where did you find Alice?
What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. Where did you find Alice?
Room 2 in the crew quarters.
Where were you before that?
I was in the lounge. That was after we'd split up to go look for Alice. The first place I went was the lounge.
So you went from the lounge to the crew quarters, where you found Alice, and then you rushed her to the infirmary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me this then. How do you know about the garden? Just now you said you'd come here when you were looking for Alice, didn't you? That doesn't make any sense. There wouldn't have been any time for you to visit the garden while you were looking for Alice. So tell me, Sigma, how do you know about this place?
Well, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even explain it to myself. Why had I told her I knew about the garden? Oh, is this... Maybe this is... I thought we had been here before, but apparently not. Why had I told her I'd been there before?
Sigma, are you a robot? Have you always been here?
What? I'm sorry? Excuse me?
See, it would make so much sense if you were. That would explain why you knew about the garden, and it would explain that cut on your left hand.
Damn, so you did see it, huh?
Yes. I've been told that robots these days have what's called artificial biological tissue, or ABT, on top of a metal skeleton. It makes them look almost exactly like a human. And ABT uses this white liquid instead of blood.
For some reason, when Luna had called me a robot, it hadn't really fazed me. Maybe because it was just so out there. It didn't sound like a real possibility. It sounded more like a theory you'd get from someone in a nut house. Still, my hand was still oozing white liquid. Was I really a robot? No, that was impossible. I needed to stop doing that. Questioning myself so much was giving me heart palpitations. Luna, aren't you a little scared?
Scared? Why would I be scared?
Well, let's say I am a robot. That means there's a pretty good chance Zero's pulling my strings. That would make me your enemy.
Oh, I guess so. Well, even if you were, I wouldn't be scared.
Why not?
Maybe because you're a robot.
What?
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics? They were a set of rules created by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov that he used in several of his stories.
Rule 1, a robot may not injure a human being or, through an action, allow a human being to come to harm. Rule 2, a robot must obey any orders given to it by human beings except when such orders would conflict with the first law. Rule 3, a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. Oh yeah, I've heard those before. That's just an ideal, though. You could work toward that, but I don't think you could ever actually achieve it. I mean, depending on how you program them, robots could do pretty much whatever they wanted to.
Yes, you're right. But I believe in them. In you. However you're programmed, I don't think you'd break any of the 3 laws. A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. That's not you. You have a heart. You're a good person. It's in your eyes.
Okay, am I a robot? What's going on here?
I guess I'm just kind of assuming you're a robot. There's still a chance you're not. We should run some tests.
Tests?
Yes.
How?
Well, the atom should be able to tell us.
Oh yeah, that thing in the infirmary. I heard the crunch of dried leaves behind us. But when I turned, there was nothing. Who is it?
Is someone there?
Just me.
Fine.
Sorry, but can you guys come over here? I need you to see something.
Luna and I looked at one another, shrugged, and stepped out into the bushes.
Welcome.
What? How long have you been here?
I just got here a little while ago.
Did you hear what we were saying?
No. Were you talking about something you didn't want me to know about? Whatever. Just have a look at this.
Follow the line of her finger. And there's the bomb. This is...
Antimatter Bomb.
yeah.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
This is 01.
And the one in the crew quarters said 3, right? Then that must mean...
Shit, there's no question.
I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
Yeah, there's
You're
also
saying
going to be an
there's a
02 bomb.
out there somewhere?
Yeah.
Can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Damn it. That means we're dealing with a combined explosive power equal to 3 tons of TNT.
Yeah.
Who planted them?
Was it you guys? I mean, you've been in here quite a while.
Hey, don't give me that. You're way more suspicious than we are. What were you doing in the bushes anyway?
Well, I was taking a walk.
Taking a walk? You really think I'm gonna buy that?
Fine. You got me. I heard you two were off talking in secret. So I got curious and went back to the Floor A warehouse. Of course you weren't there. That seemed pretty suspicious to me, so I headed here. And just as I'd suspected, there you were, talking on the bench. I snuck up from behind so you wouldn't notice me. Then, just as I was getting close enough to hear, I found the bomb. So, believe me now?
So, who planted the bomb?
Honestly, it could have been any one of us. Anybody could have come here while we were all looking for Alice.
We need to tell everyone about this then.
Yeah, you're right. Let's head back to the infirmary. Everyone else was already there when we arrived. Clover and Temyoji, Kay and Dio, Alice and Quark. Both seemed to be sleeping peacefully. You'd never think to look at them that they'd been completely insane not so long ago. Alright everybody, listen up. I told them how we'd found the #1 bomb in the garden, and how, judging by the numbering on the 2 bombs we found so far, there's probably a #2 bomb out there somewhere too.
Oh, this is bad. What are we going to do?
Well, I think Alice mentioned something.
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Oh, whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Yeah. That's why I want all of you to let me search you.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Chances are whoever planted those bombs is in this room. There's also a good chance they've also got the device we need to deactivate the bombs.
So you're planning to search us for it?
Exactly.
But...
No buts. If you refuse, then I'll assume it's because you've got it and you planted the bombs. Unless you want that, I suggest you cooperate. Clear? Good. Now who's going to be first?
Wait. You only need to search one okay, so this is where giant brain Sigma shows up and is like, I know everything.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. So, This is this part again, where I think it's, there was another pathway where we had to be like, aha, I know who it is. Who planted the bomb, yeah. So we're basically at this point, which leads to deactivating them, but this is going to go somewhat differently, apparently.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Phi's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs, that person. That person is you, Dio!
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well...
It's on him, I
Get
promise.
off, Sigma! You're doing this all backwards.
So, this isn't a court. Besides, all we want to know is who set the bombs. And why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then a search will show that and I'll look like an idiot.
Nice try. That's some bullshit totalitarian logic. I don't think so. What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs?
Because
Spit it out!
I know about the Myrmidons.
The what?
I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Oh, that's not all I know. I know about Free the Soul, and I know about Brother.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can tell you the details later. But there's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs.
The fuck do you think you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are. And I don't know what Free the Soul is. And I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called Brother.
Yeah. Oh, Dio, tell me, how does that foot taste? Who the Myrmidons are? I don't recall saying the Myrmidons are people. And what about Brother? How would you know that his age if I haven't said anything besides his name?
Wait, so he's left? But that means he's a terrorist!
A terrorist?
Oh dear.
Left?
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously, though, when did we get so famous? The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone you two jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
AB plan.
What's that?
Oh, well, looks like you don't know everything after all. I should have been more careful. Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, you're gonna die here.
What?
Damn it, no! I leapt toward him.
Whoa there! Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then, that thing you're holding...
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please, calm down! If you press that button, you'll die too!
So, believe me, there's plenty more where this came from. Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, we backed away. Just except for one. Temyoji.
Hey, Grandpa, your hearing gone? I said back off!
No.
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead. Press that button.
Tenmyoji!
Something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger. Oh. Do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared. Well?
You son of a bitch.
So you were just bluffing?
Not bluffing, goddammit. You hear me? I'll do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. there's really something I should tell you. See that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
What?
For just an instant, Dio's eyes twitched down the device in his hand. That was all the opening Tenmyoji needed.
Yeah!
He cried out as he leapt through the air. Tenmyoji's leg shot out, knocking the detonator from Dio's hand. And now it goes off anyway. Shit, not good.
What happened?
The detonator. He doesn't have it anymore.
What? What's happening?
Yeah.
There's a red light on it now.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyoji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
Yeah, this is kind of playing out the same
What
as
are you
before.
Damn, how much do you know? Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have? When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma. Why don't you tell her?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's crazy! How do we stop them?
Emergency deactivation passwords.
None of us know them, though.
Right, none of us know. But there's someone who does, isn't there?
Okay. I'll give you one, since I'm such a swell guy.
Oh.
The password for bomb number 2 is...
Aha!
EQD DYR NTK.
Bomb number 2.
But we haven't found that one yet.
Oh? Oh. Well, my mistake. Must have slipped my mind.
Oh, he thinks he can tell us this one because we don't know where it is and we'll never find it.
Well, there's nothing you could do anyway. You don't have the input device. Really, it'll be much easier if you all just give up. Oh gosh, I wonder.
Where did you put the number 2 bomb?
Shoot, you know, I just can't remember. Anyway, I think it's time for me to be moving on.
Moving on?
To where?
What, I have to explain everything? To the next world, of course.
So now we try to stop him from putting on the weight and kept his arm pinned.
Shit!
Now everybody's gonna find out about his hand.
Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
I was gonna let him go. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry his open.
Hey! I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my goddamn arm!
By then the others had run over and piled onto Dio. Yeah.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the Soparil. You think I don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this. What are you doing, Luna? Go!
Right. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking cowards! You're still gonna die! Go ahead! Tell yourselves you can fix it. Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Oh, for God's sake. Luna, shut him up!
Right, here goes.
So we knock him out. But in this timeline, yeah, we don't have the device, I think. And we also don't know where the number 2 bomb is. Unless we're going to remember it now all of a sudden. As they began to climb off of him, I finally pried Dio's hand open. There it was. There's the pill. Didn't know what was in it, but it's undoubtedly some kind of poison. Stumbled toward the sink, tossed it into the drain. Right. How much time do we have?
About 20 minutes or so, I think.
And how much time until the white doors open?
About 20 minutes.
So, what do we do?
We put in those passwords and stop
We
the bombs.
searched Dio, but he doesn't have anything that might be the input device.
Well, only one thing to do then.
And that is?
We split up and find it. Unless any of you have another suggestion. A dismal silence filled the room. Even though no one spoke, I could see despair on every face.
All right. No point sitting around. Until those things actually go off, we've still got a chance. Sigma, you come with me. We're going to have to go look at the number 3 bomb. See if the timer really has started or not. All the rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse.
What?
Why there?
Just listen. Worst case scenario, we'll open the white doors and go through them to wherever they go. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Understood. We will take them to the Floor B warehouse. Once we've done so, we will begin to search for the input device in the number 2 bomb.
Good. Thanks. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
If I turned without waiting and headed for the door. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile, then hurried after her.
The light's flashing. I guess the countdown has started. So, what are we going to do? Without a way to enter the passwords, we're screwed. Right. We'll just have to split up and look for it. I'll look around here, you go check somewhere else. If we get to T-minus 5 minutes, then we'll meet back in the Floor B warehouse. Got it?
I wasn't sure what to say. If we hadn't found it by then, was there really any point in meeting up again?
What's with that look? Don't worry. We'll figure it out, I promise. You know what they say. Swimsuits never quit.
What? No, that's not a thing. And it doesn't make any sense. Besides, why the hell are you cracking jokes right now?
I'm just, trying to show you that life is still worth living. After all, if you quit now, there goes any possibility of you ever seeing me in a swimsuit.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll admit I am a bit curious.
All right. Looks like we're on the same page. Hey, get moving. We don't have time to stand around.
Fine. Be careful, alright? Check the time on my bracelet as I headed out of the crew quarters and into the hallway. It wasn't good news. Damn, only 15 minutes. I need to hurry. I broke into a run. Before long, I found myself in front of the infirmary. All too often, what you're looking for is right in front of you. We'd spent a lot of time in the infirmary, so it seemed kind of fitting somehow that it might have been there all along. Or maybe Dio had dropped it there recently. There was no way to know. And in any event, I had to start looking somewhere. Luna, you're still here.
Yes, the others are taking the people who are asleep to the white doors. I chose to stay here. I thought you might come back.
Why?
Because the atom is here. I thought you might want to use it. Isn't that why you're here?
What? I mean, yeah, I want to know what's going on with me. It's driving me nuts. Hell, I feel sick. This isn't the time for that. Being a robot isn't going to mean a lot if I die anyway.
Oh, why did you come here then?
Isn't that obvious? I'm trying to find that input thing so we can turn off the bombs.
Really?
Yes. Why would I lie?
I see. I seem to have made a mistake. I knew you couldn't use the atom without me. So I stayed behind because I thought I might be able to help. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
She turned and headed toward the exit. Wait. I couldn't just let her leave like that. I sighed. How long would it take?
Not more than 5 minutes or so.
Are you sure? Only 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Analyze my body. Kind of weird thing to be doing with the last possibly 10 minutes of your life, but then again, I lay down on the table. Luna picked up the atom scanner and began to run it across me slowly and methodically. In a few minutes, she was finished.
That's it. You can get up now.
I sat up and hopped off the table. The screen was already starting to show my results. So, what does it say? My eyes were glued to her face, looking for any sign of what the answer might be. She studied the readout for several long seconds before replying.
Well, it says you're not a robot. You're human.
Well, okay. I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. My relief didn't last long.
But your body isn't entirely human.
Oh. What?
You're part machine.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look here. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. They're made out of a titanium alloy. On top of that skeleton is artificial biological tissue. It's also called ABT. Your arms are cybernetic.
What? What does that mean?
Cybernetic? It means a mechanical system that interfaces with a biological one. You see all these root-like things around the titanium bones? Those are artificial nerves. They're probably connected to your own nerves, which is how you can move your arms. I imagine they allow you to feel things through your arms too.
What? No, this is ridiculous. I think replacing my arms with robot ones is something I'd remember. And I know they weren't always like this. When I was a kid, I broke my arm and they took an x-ray of it. The doctor told me I had really thick bones and that I must have done something pretty insane to break them. When the hell did this happen? Why did somebody replace my arms? Oh man. Wait, okay, let's say you're right and my arms are cybernetic. Wouldn't that mean I don't have to worry about the bracelet going off?
No. Unfortunately, you probably do still have to worry about that.
Why?
The cybernetic arms are made to function just like real arms, which means they interface with the rest of your body, which means that anything injected into them is spread to the rest of your body.
How do you know that?
I just do.
It's not an answer.
Yes, you're right. But not everything has an answer. There are some things you just can't explain.
Wait. How do you know that? I just do. Not everything has an answer. There's something you can't...
Don't you know how that feels? How did you know about the garden? How did you know that Dio planted the bombs?
That's,
I'm sorry, Sigma. I wish we could talk some more, but our time is up.
time. I pressed the buttons on my bracelet and felt my stomach drop. 1 minute. We've only got a minute left.
Sigma, there's one last thing. I was given very specific instructions.
I shuddered. Not because I was scared of what was about to happen, because I was scared of Luna. She was calm, unnaturally so, like a machine with... Yeah, she's definitely a robot then. Because that's how she knows all this stuff, because she is one. Oh my god. We were about to die. How could she be so calm?
Please pay attention. This is very important.
Oh god, this is like with Kay. What is happening?
You must be sure to remember it.
Remember? I was about to die. How was I supposed to remember anything?
Should you encounter a two-headed lion devouring the sun,
Oh my god,
remember,
what is this?
GTF DML 016.
Director's room. GTF DML 016.
With this key, the first gate shall be open to you.
Wait. 016. I've seen that before. Where did I see the 016 before? Because those aren't letters, they're numbers. 016. 016.
There you go. I hope we can meet again someday. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
What? Before she could answer. World exploded into noise and light, and I disappeared along with it. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Okay. Sigma's end. So that was Sigma's path? Huh. So that wasn't Luna's path. Maybe she isn't. Maybe... I don't know what's happening anymore. Found the tiny headline, key to gate 1. Where was the other one? This one. There's a key to gate 2. I mean, that's gotta be... Huh. So, Luna maybe is a robot? And also has something to do with Kay? That would make sense. Because, okay, because Kay gave us one half of that. She gave us one of the... Kay gave us one of those things about the two-headed lion, and Luna gave us the other one. And we know that Kay basically, like, lived here or something. Because, yeah. And he talked about his dad who made all the robots. Luna has to be one of those. That also makes sense because, okay, she talked about the 3 laws of robotics. She's been the one that's, like, almost always voting ally and is always being helpful and always, like, you know... I don't think she's ever... Has she ever been deceptive? I don't know, man. I think that's gotta be it. But then, yeah, what... And then that would also make sense, because if she was here... If she also had something to do with this facility, then, you know, other than Kay and Zero, the only other people were robots. But now, what am I? Because, okay, Kay has the same face as me, and apparently my arms aren't real. What the hell am I? Like, like some kind of clone with like I don't know how my memory. What's up with my memory? What Sigma is starting to be like the biggest question mark of all. Like, who the hell is this guy? Like, how the hell is this working? Like, why are his arms cybernetic? Why does his face have the same face as K? What is going on here? Alright, so best I can figure out. Okay, so oh, that did open this one up, so we will be able to figure this out. So I guess having the fake arms, or not the fake arms, the cybernetic arms, will give me some kind of idea what to do here. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to wrap it up for now. But now that we've got that, and we've potentially got the answer for this, maybe, because those were two different strings, and I think both of those, I think it wanted two different strings, like it wanted a username and a password. So either they both fit or they both don't. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to try this one. Where is it? This guy, which is apparently we have the answer for now. And we might learn something else from this one, and then from there we can go to, we'll see if that helps us with this guy, because it doesn't say whether we've got the right information or not yet, so so we'll do that. We also have the number 2 bomb password. We don't have the number 1 bomb password, and we don't know where the number 0 bomb is. So we might have to do this path as well. We might just have to do all the paths. Like, I doubt we have to do this, and I doubt we have to do this, because these are probably bad endings. But I'm guessing we'll have to do this guy, and we'll have to do this, we'll probably have to do this. And then maybe between that and this we'll have enough to figure out the bombs, and then who knows what will happen from there. So next time, we'll go ahead and start here, because I think that's what we're going to have to do next.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
We'll save there. And we'll pick that up next time. Might play a little bit later today. I am going to take a break and do some other stuff for a while though. Get some dinner, maybe take care of some other stuff before I come back to this. I may come back to it later tonight, or it might be tomorrow. We'll see. Either way, I hope you've been enjoying this. It's been a wild and crazy ride, and I think it's only going to get even wilder and crazier from here. So, you know, stick with it. I think it's going to be fun to find out the last few bits, crazy pieces of information we're going to find out in this game. It's going to be interesting. Until then, everyone have a good afternoon, and we'll catch you next time.